tomorrow. And you say, well, what's the catch? And the catch is that it's the only car you're going to get in your lifetime. Now, what are you going to do knowing that that's the only car you're ever going to have and you love that car? You're going to take care of it like you cannot believe. Now, what I'd like to suggest, you're not going to get only one car in your lifetime, but you're going to get one body and one mind, and that's all you're going to get. And that body and mind feels terrific now, but it has to last you a lifetime. The most important thing is to be able to define which ones you can come to an intelligent decision on and which ones are beyond your capacity to evaluate. You don't have to be right about thousands and thousands and thousands of companies. You only have to be right about a couple. I met Bill Gates on July 5th, 1991. We were out in Seattle. And Bill said, you've got to have a computer. And I said, why? And he said, you can do your income tax on it. I said, I don't have any income. He said, well, you can keep track of your portfolio. And I said, stock. I said, I mean, and he says, it's going to change everything. And I said, well, will it change whether people chew gum? And he said, well, probably not. And I said, well, will it change what kind of gum they chew? And I said, well, then I'll stick to chewing gum and you stick to computers, you know. I don't have to understand all kinds of business. There's all kinds of business I don't understand. But there's thousands of opportunities there. I did understand the Bank of America, you know, and I'll be able, I'm able to do that. I'm able to understand some given percentage. But Ted Williams wrote a book called The Science of Hitting. And in The Science of Hitting, he's got a diagram, shows him at the plate, and he's got the strike zone divided into 77 squares, each the size of a baseball. And he says, if I only swing at pitches in my sweet zone, which he shows there, and he has what his batting average would be, which is 400. If he had to swing at low outside pitches, but still in the strike zone, his average would be 230. He said the most important thing in hitting is waiting for the right pitch. Now, he was at a disadvantage because if the count was 0-2 or 1-2 or so on, even if that ball was down where he was only going to bat 230, he had to swing at it. In investing, there's no called strikes. People can throw Microsoft at me and, you know, you name it, any stock, General Motors, and I don't have to swing. And nobody's going to call me out on called strikes. I only...
Yes. What's going on? It's Big Daddy Warren Buffett breaking it down. Check out, we got, this is Target. Got an extreme RSI here. I'm not in Target, but it's a stock a lot of people are following, I'm sure. But if we're looking at the money flow, thank you, sir, about the sound. Let's pull that up, man. I left the page here. Posted some new moves made today. Made some moves this morning based on what we're seeing. So as I look at the money flow, actually, let's take this down. So, it's a stage 4, as they said, and we don't know it's the bottom yet. Now, we don't know that that's the bottom yet. And you could have said that. This is why it's important to wait till you have a bottom. Because you could have said right here, well, RSI is extreme and it's down, yeah. And you could have said that here, and here, and here. See what I'm saying? Sorry, I'm choking. What we're looking for is an actual bottom. And that means price stops dropping. And we see it on the last time it did this stage 4 decline. And you say, well, how do you know this was the bottom? Well, the next day it went higher. And so we had a bottom. And then what I look for when I'm watching a stage 4 decline is I'm looking for that, what I call that, the anchor point, and then I'm looking for it to turn. And until I get an anchor point, I assume it's going to keep going down. And the same on the way up, I assume it's going to keep going up until I get a pivot point or apex point, excuse me. So I would keep an eye on this. Give it a few days. We'll see what's up, man. Target's not one that I'm overly interested in. You could dig into the fundamentals. You could see what Morningstar thinks about it. I don't know what Morningstar has on it. Maybe somebody's got something out there. Just what Morningstar has on it. But as I'm looking at this stock, it's extremely oversold. It is below the 200. I like that. It'll be drawn back to it. We'll see that effect happen. It's called the bread and butter effect. Price will be pulled back to that golden line right there. Some moves I made was AT&T. I've been waiting on this one. Finally showed a little life today. We got an anchor, and then price moved up. Now we're above the 5-day. So for me, that's my first entry on this sell-off. So that's what I'm looking for. This is exactly what I'd be looking for on target. I'm waiting for price to get above the average price of the last week. And that usually starts with 4 bars, right? So if I was trading it, which I'm not, but if I was trading it and I was swing trading it, right around in here would be my stop, and then anywhere in here bouncing around would just be the stage 1 for me. And then I would expect it to go higher. AT&T is not really a trading stock. It moves too slow. Same thing on Verizon. So I picked up some shares of AT&T, picks up some shares of Verizon. We're going to see the exact same thing. Where Verizon came down, Verizon puts in this anchor point. Next day's higher, and then now we're above the 5-day. So that's what I'm looking for. It doesn't mean it's the bottom. Maybe it goes down another. If it does, I just wait and I do the same thing. And that was the same over here. Same over here, before that run up. And the same over here before that one. So, and so again, RSI is extreme, puts in a bottom, price gets above the 5, gives us a little support. Our momentum indicator says things are going up. We got the curl on the TSI. I mean, everything looks good. So that's what I'm looking for when I look for a bottom, That's what I'm looking for. So AT&T and Verizon, if we look at bonds, TMF, I know you're all studying bonds, right? You're studying bonds. When you're out with your friends and you guys are all drinking beer and smoking blunts, you're telling your girl all about bonds. And she's like, I don't understand what you're talking about. And you're like, listen, dummy, you can't stay stupid your whole life. You need to learn about bonds. I wouldn't say it like that. It might not go over well, even if that's what you're thinking. Let's see. Or maybe that was just me thinking that. Let me see. So again, a bottom. Right? I assume I'm live. Target fair value is 168 according to Money Flow. So that's cool. We'll have to dig into that one. Maybe it's worth it. Maybe it's worth it. Don't be mean, Gerald. Don't call my girl dumb because she doesn't know about bonds. She knows a lot of other things. Okay. So has price ever stopped here before? Absolutely. So we have support. We have the RSI. We have price, which added some yesterday. Breaking. Let's see. Breaking out. So now it's pushing higher. Added yesterday and today. And look, everything is going the right way. Same pattern, right? Same exact pattern. Same exact pattern. How about UTSL? Man, imagine if you were friends with me, you would already know what I think about that thing. But instead, we're not. Let's see. Instead, you hang out with losers, don't know about bonds. Let me give you guys a quick little lesson here. Let me see if I can find my book. Quick little lesson here. I think I put this on my story. I don't think most people know this. If you're ever trying to get a portfolio loan or a hard money loan or something like that, one of the ways that interest rate is determined is that's why bonds are so important to understand. Hold on. Where is it? Most of them most of them are using the 5-year treasury. Okay. Now you can go look at 10-year, 20-year, 30-year, 6-month, blah, blah, blah. But most lenders are using the 5-year. And whatever the 5-year is, they're putting a spread of between 3.5 and 4.5, depending on the lender and the risk of the loan. And so if we go look at this, we go look, as this goes up, rates go up. As it goes down, rates go down. So we had a breakout in rates down here at about 350. Now you might say, are rates going up or down? Well, follows the money flow, man. There's your breakouts, there's your breakdowns, right? Now, look at that, sideways, up, sideways, down. But I don't do stocks, Gerald. I do real estate. Uh-huh. Yeah, you do. You just don't get paid for it. Everybody's doing stocks. Some of you just ain't making money. You're all doing stocks. You're either getting dividends or you're buying the shit so that we can get the dividends. But you're all doing stocks. You just might not get paid. So the rate right now is 381. And then you can add 3.5 to 4.5 on that, and that's your current rate. That's how it works. Now, if you're a newbie and you're buying your own house, they're going to make that lower. The spread's going to be lower. If you're buying rental property, spread's going to be higher. So someone like me buying property is kind of probably going to be 8 or 9%. But I do real estate, Gerald. I don't do the stock market. Yeah, you do. You're all doing the stock market. And you're all doing real estate, by the way. You're just not getting paid for it. So that's interesting. I'm sure nobody on here knew that. You're welcome. Let's see. 165 on target, huh? What's it at now? You're welcome, by the way. Now you fucking learned something today. It's not that high, dude. Oh, 165. My bad. Huh. 165, huh? Let's back that up to the weekly. Yeah, not that good, huh? I don't know. That doesn't tempt me. I'm not that interested in that. I bet a lot of the people who are looking to buy it don't know what the true value is. I mean, make sure you're looking into that before you. She says, when you say rate spread, what do you mean? Added interest? Yeah, yeah. So that's the base rate because the banks are borrowing money a lot of times to lend money, and so the rate is based on that. And so as they lower and raise rates, the bonds will adjust. And so what a lot of the lenders will do, like private money lenders or hard money lenders, they'll use that 5 year and whatever it is, they add 3.5 to 4.5 on top of it. And that's how you get your rates. Little different than buying your own home. Okay, a little different. Let's see. And the rates aren't high, by the way. The rates are only high if you're new at this. Let's see. The rates aren't high, by the way. Let's see. Yeah, Sofi. Nice move in Sofi. I would just let it run, man. If it's me, I'm letting it run, which I am letting it run. Why is it different? They got to make fucking money. But the reason it's different, because if you're buying your own home, you're more likely to not let it go into foreclosure. You're more likely to make smart decisions. But then the bank will help you make dumb decisions by letting you get HELOCs. But they'll usually, you get a much lower rate on a personal home because they don't feel like they're taking as much risk as in buying a rental property where you may just say fuck it and walk away. So, oh, well, if you're in the UK, stop asking me real estate questions. I don't fucking live in the UK. So it doesn't apply. God damn. Never fails. Whenever I do a real estate class, as soon as I'll do this whole thing and then anybody have questions? And I get flooded with a whole bunch of stupid fucking questions that I never had, never even knew about them. I don't even know why I'm being asked these questions. They have nothing to do with nothing. What do you think about Section 8? Who gives a fuck? Go buy a house. What do you think about, it's like, I don't even know where this, like, the questions people should be asking is, how old until you should change out the electrical panel? Like, what's the best kind of roof? That's the practical shit. All this stuff about multifamily versus this and that, that's all just mind masturbation, man. You need to check, flood levels, kind of like Target. A lot of people are going to get excited that Target fell down, but it may be down for a reason. Maybe it needs to go even lower. Maybe this is not a discount at all. Like, maybe if you go read, like, there's something going on here. Like, we need to go read and see before you just jump in. Don't just jump in because the stock went down. That's not a good reason. Also, you don't sell a stock just because it went up, man. Why would you sell it just because it went up? Maybe it wants to keep going up. So, now, that's not trading. I'm not talking about trading there. I'm talking about as an investor. Sometimes people feel like they have to do something. Usually doing nothing is going to have the best return. Now, let's apply the money flow just to this 6 months that we see here. Well, that would be a stage 1 buy. There's a stage 1 buy. There's one right here, right? Let's say you were an investor, because we were buying a bunch over here, if you remember. Then it ran up. We were trading this. Took some down. Comes down. Now, you could be trading around the position. And that would be where you'd buy some down here, buy on the breakout, take some down, because then you're going to turn around and buy it back here. And if you're disciplined enough, then yeah, by all means. But that's because you have a plan. That's your plan, right? But just because it went up is not a good reason to sell. But look, so hold on. Let's take this one off. I don't want to confuse you. Now, look at what you're seeing. Just put this one over here. So look at these stage 1 buys, man. 1, could have bought there, 2, maybe 3, maybe bought a little more in here. And it comes down, you buy more, and then more, and then more. So if you had owned it here and then it ran up, but then it pulls all the way back to here, and then it drops all the way down to here, you're back over here. How many people are like, oh man, like you feel bad about this? Hopefully you didn't in Sofi. This is a good company, man. So if you go research it. But I hope you get what I'm saying. The last thing you want to do is buy some, and this fucker just keeps going because you don't own enough, man. You need time. It's going to take you a while to build at least, if you're investing, it takes 4 or 5 years to build a position. Let's see. 4 or 5 years, Gerald, of doing the same thing? Oh my God. I would feel bad if I logged in and it was down. So what's the next to be investing in, GP? Utilities done its thing, as has pharma. I don't know. Maybe you should be in my group, and then you would know what I think every moment of the day. Let's see. I don't know what you're talking about on utilities. I do want to show you something on utilities, though. If you had a crayon, what's this? Everybody wants to know what GP's doing, but they don't want to hang out with GP. You make me feel like a prostitute, by the way. Like one of the streetwalkers, too. Like, I got to come up to you. Hey, psst, psst. Hey, man, you want to buy a course? Let's see. You guys make me feel like a hooker, man. I got to beg you. Let's see. Now, everybody freely asks questions. Oh, what do you think of this? What about that? I don't give a fuck, man. Don't ask me shit, okay? Don't ask me a fucking thing if we're not friends. I don't give a fuck. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. That's my response to you guys. Don't even bother asking. It obviously doesn't mean shit to you because I don't even know who you are. So how would I even, we ain't even friends. Let's see. Now notice this. I actually bought your books. Okay, you bought a book. Amazing. Way to go deep. Pick up a book. And I blessed you in that book. No matter what I say to you or make you mad, will bless you for the rest of your life because now you have the skills to do it. You don't even need me. So when they say, what do you think, GP? I'll say, I don't know. What do you think? What stage is it in? Is it a stage 1? And then if you know the answer, you can go check the value, and then you know what to do. And then you could add the brain God gave you and remove all the fucking emotion and just use logic and think positive and realize that over time markets go up and try to wait where the best opportunities are. That's how you do this. So what I would, if it's me, and I, again, I don't know, man. I'm not from England. I don't talk fancy. How could I know anything? I'm just one little guy over here in a thing in Arkansas. So, actually, I don't live in Arkansas. I actually live in Texas and New Orleans, but I lived in Arkansas. This pattern, sideways up, you can see it, right? Sideways down. Look at it now. What are utilities doing to you? Are they tickling your fancy? Look at this. Sideways, up, sideways, down, sideways, up, sideways, down. Pretty cool, huh? I like U tier. I like bond tier. Check it on TMF. Now, God sent me to share my strategy with the world, and you guys treat me like a hooker. Let's see. You know how that feels, right? Ugly stage 3 there. Yeah, so nice move here. I'm still convinced, in my opinion, I think, and I don't know, I'm just a guy on Instagram, but I like the setup in bonds and gold for the big play toward the end of the year. We will see if that's the case. Obviously, I don't know. So I've been kind of waiting those positions. And in my experience, buying stage ones in this plays out. So we'll see how this goes. This is the leveraged version for trading, though. If you were a buy and holder doing bonds, you would want to do TLT. That would be your bond play, and that this one pays a dividend. The dividend is probably 3.5% right now. So, and those utilities were that was UTSL, which is a 3 times leverage. Careful with the leverage, kids; it can burn you. The unleveraged is the XLU, right? So utility stocks. So if you notice, the pattern is exactly the same. Anytime, thank you, sir. Anytime utilities are trading underneath this 200-day moving average, better wake up, man. Watch. Stage 1 runs to the 200. Stage 1 runs to the 200. Stage 1. But I don't want to trade this. I mean, I guess you could with options. I know a lot of you guys are crack options. It's just hitting it like crack, just options, options, options. That's what all the broke people, they like to get on the options. Maybe I'll turn this $250 into $1,000,000. That seems pretty easy. This lady did it. Maybe I could do it. And Serena Williams is a good tennis player. Maybe you could do that too. Let's see. Maybe, um, maybe Jerry Seinfeld was a good comedian. Maybe you could do that too. Let's see. What else? Tiger Woods, he played golf, man. You could do that too. Let's see. Jeff Bezos created Amazon. You could start a website too, right? That's how it's pitched. Anybody can do it. Really? Can they? Can anyone? Really? That's not fucking true. Most of you have zero fucking chance. Let me just let you in on that. Zero. Fucking zero. No chance at all. There's just zero. That's the statistics. That's not being negative. That's just being real. If they don't apply to you, then don't worry about it. I'm trying to help the people that do. As Mike Tyson says, everyone has a plan until they get in the ring. So if you look at utilities, look at this one. I'm not being negative. I'm being positive there. Now, notice Southern Electric. It has not come down much. This is one of my largest holdings, and it really has not come down, man. Of course, you can't apply that thought to everything. That's my point. Sometimes I get people that'll say, well, anybody can trade. Bullshit. That's a fucking lie, dude. Not anybody can trade. Are you crazy? Most people that want to trade can't trade. Hold on. Thank you, sir. Now, with that said, that doesn't mean you can't. It means, and a lot of those people that can't, you can come up, maybe they didn't work hard enough, maybe they didn't do this. There's a lot of reasons. And sometimes it ain't even fair, man. Shit don't have to be fair. So Southern's not really coming down, man. Let's check in on Duke. Now, Duke has come down, and I own a little bit of this. I own a little bit of this. And if I could help you, let me tell you something about what's up, Luke. In my experience with both real estate and trading, okay? You know, money may be the thing. Oh. Oh, did he have on his door? Okay. Yeah, yeah. Gotcha. How much charge is this? Oh, sorry, deliveries. Now, I will tell you something. Yeah, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. Um, One thing about trading, it's not going to be because you bought a book, because you got the money flow. It's not going to be because of some stupid whatever or some this or that. It's all going to come from inside of you. You're going to get these things and you're going to learn to use them, but it's going to be your ability to implement them. And I can show you something, and doesn't mean you're gonna do good at it. You can show someone how to swing a bat, doesn't mean they're gonna hit the ball. And it's the same in trading. And sometimes there's this idea that if you just learn something monkey simple, and then I'm convinced, I'm convinced you have to be obsessed with it. And I'm convinced if you're living a life where you're trying to do it easier and run filters and outsource things, you have no fucking chance because you don't even love it. So I'm absolutely convinced that if you come to trading, now you might come here to make because of money. If you're trading just to make money, I don't think you have a fucking chance. And so if you're trading because you're broke or you're a single mom or whatever fuck story you got, that is not a reason to trade. At some point, you just got to love trading, period. That's it. Like, you just can't help but do it. That's the people that succeed, in my experience, by the way. In my experience with most people, when it comes, let's check Edison, when it comes to stocks, they really don't love stocks. You know, they don't like to read. They don't really like following financial news. They don't do any of the things that a person who loved it would do. And so I don't think they have any chance. Their chance will be just buying an index fund and letting it be, because the market does work over time. What chart is that? I'm late. Don't worry about what chart it is, man. Don't come in late and then fucking ask questions. Let's see. And sometimes people will call that discipline. I hear people say that. And again, a small money flow pattern. Those packages came, by the way. I was about to text you.
This is ours, right?
Yeah, the little one. Anthony eats more.
Fine. I'll take his over too.
Okay, now I was about to get it. Yeah, because I get a lot of people, and I'm just throwing out some lessons here. You know, they're busy with work. Okay, well, you don't get to be fucking great at trading. Sorry. You know, whatever else that you're putting in front of it, well, then you don't get to be good at it. I'm sorry. That's just the way life works. You know, you can't play what? Oh, here's another one. FE that I like. You can't play professional football and then you don't show up at practice and you're like, oh, I'd like to be here, but and you got all this other bullshit. Like, it just doesn't work like that. And the demand on this is too high. Like, managing a portfolio, like I manage 80 something stocks. I know about all of them, guys. Like, all of them. I'm constantly reading, looking, checking against Morningstar, reading on the things. Like ETRN, I've been buying this. Well, we talked about it the other day on the thing. I've been buying this for years now. And this is what we've been waiting for this moment, for the pipeline to be fixed and everything to go through. Looks like with the debt ceiling, they're going to get this thing in. And this thing, they've given it a $15. That seems a little high, but at least 10 or 12. Buy something else that you can afford, or fix the reason you can't afford it. There's another option. What do you mean you can't afford? What are you talking about? Is it all right to buy fractional shares? Better than nothing. Some of these are expensive for buying one share outright. Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, well, here's another idea. Don't listen to random people in a fucking chat room because most of them are stupid, don't have any money, and have not been trading very long. That's just facts. The fractional shares are fun. Like, you don't need to buy a full share. You can buy $100 worth of what? Uh, Lafitte, are you right down the road? Um, what do you think, Lafitte? What do you think Target is worth? Like, if you were going to write a check for the whole company, what do you think they'd sell it to you for? Maybe we'll go in on it, bro. Me, you, and we'll get a couple buddies. We'll buy the whole goddamn corporation, like Elon did with Twitter. We'll buy the whole damn thing. Um, yeah, you can buy fractional shares. If you only go around buying what you can afford in the stock market, you're just going to end up with a bunch of shitty low price stocks. Okay, that's what happens. And this is a fallacy that a lot of people bring. If you don't have a lot of money, you should buy smaller cap stocks. Trading, yes. If you're trading, and this is where sometimes advice gets weird because we don't know if they're talking trading. Trading is different than investing in the stock market or investing in a company. Just like buying a house to rent it is a totally different house than buying a house to flip it. They're not the same thing at all. So if I'm trading, yeah, I love low price stocks. Like instead of buying Tesla, right? Tesla is what? $203? Fuck that. Let's get leverage on it and let's buy TSLL, and every dollar gets us $1.50 because it's leveraged. It's Tesla times 1.5. So a dollar gets me $1.50 and it's only 12 bucks. So I can stack a bunch of these and it'll make it easier to trade. That's not investing. Hey boss, I bought the 105 book. I don't know, fucking read. So as you process through it, it told you, put your fucking address in there. If you read it, that's what it told you. Unless the system somehow didn't work right for you, but it did for everyone else. And then you'll get an email back from my staff. Calm the fuck down. Did you just buy it a few minutes ago? Yeah, so if we're talking swing trading, then that would make some sense. But when it comes to investing, buying low price stocks is dumb. Unless that low price stock actually was an undervalued company. Does that make sense? So here's an idea, man. Instead of interrupting my class, so we got to sit here and talk about fucking shipping things. Hold on. Yeah, I'm personally doing it. While doing this class and doing content and teaching shit, I'm over here wrapping books in fucking paper and sticking them into a box to be hand delivered by me in a fucking horse carriage. That's probably not what's going to happen. So you could just DM me after the fucking class and then I don't have to get pissed. This is why I get pissed, man. Everyone treats me like a fucking prostitute. Respect. You guys raised by wolves, man? What in the fuck, dude? Let's see. Now, I hope you read it, sir. Or do you need me to come read it to you too? Maybe I should read it out here. Let me open it up and I'll read this book for him. Is that what we need to do? Page 1. Now, just a business tip. Don't talk to your customers like that. They don't like it. I'm just teasing, man. And hey, if you can't handle that, you shouldn't take your soft ass into the stock market. I know that. Better man up. Let's see. 3M. This thing is in free fall, guys. I would not touch this stock. I would not touch this stock, man. It's in free fall. I bought a little over here. It turned, and now it's going down. This stock might go to $20, man. Let's see. Wow. Wow, dude. Let's see. We broke that. Holy shit. We might be going to 65, man. I would hope not. The RSI is already 31 on the weekly, so wow. I'm in it. It don't look good. But worth buying at stage one. Price has memory. Maybe. It doesn't have to go back up, guys. So, you know, make sure that they're solid. I'm pretty sure 3M is. I own it or I wouldn't own it. But make sure it's solid and don't they don't always have to go back up, man. But yes, definitely worth waiting and buying stage ones. Let's see. Does anybody else have any admin thing that I could stop the class for right now? So I mean, why teach stocks when I can do my office. I can do their work. Anybody got some emails I could answer for them now instead of having them do it? Yeah, I've seen that in COVID. Don't say that word. Stocks like see, they aren't going up again. Some of them are. Some of them are. Some of them are. Got a little breakout right now in Roku. We'll see what it does. Some of them are. PayPal's got a nice setup. PayPal's got a new there's a new discount. There's a new one that's for PayPal. What's it called? What is it? PYPT? PYPT? That's not it. What's the new PayPal one called? Let's see. Verizon, sir. Don't be a fucking civilian. Put the ticker in. Act like you know something. Let's see. What is that new one for PayPal? Act like you guys know stocks. Use the ticker. Let's see. Anybody know the new? Oh, yeah. PYPT. Thank you. Baba is a shitty Chinese company. Only somebody in England would be buying that. Let's see. Everybody in England got together and said, hey, what is the dumbest stock we could buy? Baba. So, yeah. So look at stage one, right? $14.90. Very, very liquid trading. It's only been out a little while. And sideways. So if you look at, that's $14. If you look at PayPal, now if I was investing, I would do PayPal. I wouldn't do this PYPT. Same chart, right? And then the bear. And so most of these new ones have a long and a short. No, we don't need to let it settle. Let's talk from England. You're just fucking things up. Let's see. Those new ones follow the price of China. So if we look at China, the FXI, this is China. FXI is going straight to stage 4, right? Well, here's the Chinese, this new options income, what do they call it? The China Internet Covered Call Strategy. The yield on these things is fucking stupid. I mean, it was all the way to 1780 then, now it's back up. So this is a dividend play on the FXI. It's going to track the Chinese stock. So if China goes down, this goes down. China goes up, this goes up. And the dividend yield is fucking ridiculous. I don't know how these play out. I've been playing with them because I hate to just not play with them because they look fun to play with. But this is the Tesla one. This currently has a 50-something% dividend yield, and it tracks the price of Tesla. And we picks up some over here. So now we're up pretty nice in it, and it's got a 50% dividend yield. Oh, that just paid for being in the IP Money Flow Society. Right there. But maybe you were too busy. So I think the current dividend on this, man, let's see. I bought enough so that I'd make $100 a month. Let's see what it is. Let's see. TSLY. The Yield Max. They have a bunch of these. I picked up a few of them just to watch them. Current yield is 63%. It goes up and down now. So 44 cents a share. So if you had 1,000 shares, pays monthly, that would have cost. So over here when we were buying it, it was $12.25. So that would have been $1,275. $1,275. And so now it's worth $1,500 and you got a 60% yield. And that would have paid for, you could have bought a hooker like me. That would have paid for our friendship. Just right there, that one thing. And then you just let this go and let it pay for it. And you're in free. And you got me out here researching, looking, talking. No, it's not an option, man. TSLY. God damn, you know anything? What are you doing in England, man? What the fuck, dude? You guys just walking around fucking spooning each other? Is anybody studying finance over there? I'm thinking there's a lot of inbreeding going on. It is an island. If you ever meet island people, man, you got to be careful. Anytime you're on an island, there's a lot of inbreeding. But not so true in England because they bring in a lot of immigrants, so it's probably getting spread around over there. So maybe that's not true. And I don't know. Maybe she's an immigrant. Maybe she's not really British. Maybe she's not really from England. That might be true. Not true too. Simrans. I'm just teasing, man. Don't get mad. I'm just teasing. Send me a hot picture and I'll forgive you. Okay? Send me a really nice picture and I'll forgive you. Let's see. Yeah, man. This was such a nice trade. I hope you got on it. Now I'm from England. I'm just teasing. This was a nice setup. And we found this around the time that Tesla was taken off. Which, where's he at? I'm not done roasting him either. Let's see. Where's my man at? Go ahead and admit it. It was you. Sold your Tesla position because of the debt ceiling talk. Guys, I'm just going to admit it. I sold my Tesla position because the debt ceiling talk scared me. You know, you can't post that in front of me and I don't say something, man. Okay? It's kind of my role to help people stop posting dumb shit. So if you start to say something dumb, you might go, let me think about this for a second before I write this, because if GP jumps my ass and then they think, you know what, I probably shouldn't say that. Well, hey, that's goddamn market conscious talking to you. So where are you at, sir? I'm just going to let you guys know I sold my Tesla in case of the debt ceiling talk. Uh-huh. Too bad you didn't believe in the money flow. That's all that happens when you do that, by the way. That's all that happens. You lost faith. Now you got to start over, man. Anytime you do that and you break weak like that, you got to go back to the beginning. It's like you take off your colors. You were in the motorcycle gang. Now you're a prospect again. Now you're a prospect again. Take off your colors. Remove the MFG patch. Cut off the tattoo. You can't have one once you fucking break weak. That's what happened. Here we go. That's to encourage other people not to do that. Have some conviction, man. If everything's lined up and everything's going right, don't listen to the news. Listen to the stock chart. The chart knows. That's the smart people. They're the ones buying it, man. Not shit they put out on TV. So anyway, I digress. Now we drift higher. And the RSI is 71. So you could have sold today. I did not. I'm going to wait one more day because I'm that greedy mofo. I'm greedy, man. I want a few more dollars. Unlike my MFG friend selling because of Biden and the debt crisis, I'm greedy. I want a little bit more. I want to get it right up into about here, if possible. Maybe here. Maybe there. Let's see. Trimmed a little Tesla at the top. What top? That ain't the top. Unless you meant this top. We did that one. Let's see. Yep. So, and we'll wrap up with this. England. You don't even have my course. It's only $49. Think of all the dumb shit you spent $49 on. What's today? Today's what? Monday? Is today Monday? Tuesday. No, it's Wednesday. Think of all the dumb shit you've spent $49 on since last Wednesday. I bet there's shit you don't even remember. I bet we went to a goddamn convenience store and spent $20 on beer and I know a lot of you were going in there to the convenience store and getting Swisher Sweets so you could unroll the tobacco and fill it up with weed. And they ain't got my course though. Spent $40 on blunt cigars. Wonder why you don't understand stocks. This is TSLL, my man. Real quick. What was I gonna say? XLP. XLP. He said, damn right. But now you don't know shit. That's the problem. You could have learned some shit, and then you could have bought all the Swisher Sweets you wanted. You didn't know who owned Swisher Sweets. Maybe you'd even own the fucking stock, and they'd give you dividends. But you know what? You ever thought about that? Should own them. Let's see. Spent pounds and Lizzie's out in England. Come to England and we'll get you a few beers. That's what I'd like. Drink a free beer with people that don't know shit about stocks. That sounds like a great day. I'm teasing. That's most of the beers I bring. Bro, yeah, weird for reporting my comment. Reporting? The fuck are you talking about, bitch? I never reported a thing in my life. You could be getting murdered in front of me. I ain't calling the cops. That's not how the MF Money Flow Gang does it. There ain't no cops. I ain't calling no authorities. Fuck, you'll just be bleeded out there. If you need me to call the cops, you're in for a long fucking night because I'm not calling. Somebody else can call. It won't be me. Damn sure wouldn't be me reporting you to Instagram. I wouldn't tell your mother if she asked me. That goes against everything that I was raised in the military, in my prison days. That's for you guys. Told you, the Wealth Squad be snitching. Every time I say something, I'll be joking. I'll say some joke about Chris. There'll be like 8 Wealth Squad snitching mofos run over there telling him. Let's see. I'll make a joke about Michael. It never fails. I could do it in my own Discord, and their little snitches will go tell. The world is filled with snitches, man. You know how I know? Because sometimes I just test that shit, and I say something ridiculously stupid about someone, and then I wait for them to go hit me up with it. Never fails. I know, and then I know, man. I know, man. I do it all the time. I do it all the time. Let's see. Yeah, XLP. So this is the XLP. These are the consumer staple stocks. A lot of these are trading extreme values, guys. I don't want to say extreme, make it sound like it's crazy. I never heard from my man on Target, bro. What did you think Target was worth, man? You trying to make me do your homework? Let's see. Well, Scribe probably snitching on each other, man. You guys in there snitching on each other? Oh, I'm gonna tell the admin. If you ever tell the admin on me, man, I'll come to your house. Let's see. No snitching, right? Snitching. Don't I snitch check my friend sometimes? Yeah. Sometimes I'll snitch check my friend. I'll ask him, hey man, if you saw me, baby. Let's see. So XLP's pullback, it is extreme. It's at the 200. That is a reversal candle. The problem with a lot of these stocks, think Walmart. So if we look at Walmart, you're gonna see the same pattern probably. I haven't looked yet. Close. Look at Coke. You're probably gonna see the same pattern. Yep. Look at Procter and Gamble. You're gonna see the same pattern. Yep. What's another one? Procter and Gamble, Coke. What about Kraft macaroni and cheese? Similar, not exact pattern. What else do we got? Procter and Gamble, Johnson and Johnson. Where are you going?
I'm gonna go talk to Anthony, and then I'm going to the hardware store.
Uh-huh.
You have mail runs.
I'm gonna go to the mail run. I'm gonna go get a beer. Where you're going to the hardware store?
I need to get a light for underneath the thing.
Okay. Is Anthony good?
I unloaded everything for him. So.
Oh, got you. All right. Johnson and Johnson. See that pattern? See this, guys? This is called sectors. Similar thing. And once you know what sector a stock is in, woo! You get power, man. This is the kind of shit you got to know. This has got to become second nature. Someone says to you, Pepsi, you think 2.1% dividend yield, and it's in the XLP. That should come to your mind. So when somebody says a stock like, oh, I don't know, DuPont, right? You would go, and you would say what that's in, man. Or Dow. What about Dow? Right? So it's going to be in the materials. So whatever stock you think of, try to learn what sector they're in. And then that way, when you come over here, and this is really important, guys, when you come over here, ask your friends about this. Hey, next time you're talking to your friends that trade options, hey, be like, hey, man, what sector's that in? And if they don't know, just punch him right in the testicles. Do him a favor. Just punch him right in the testicles. Let's see. Where is it? There's spiders. Let's review all. All right. So I keep a lot of these in let's see. That's the IAK. That's insurance. You see that coming down. Home builders, XHB, right? XLB, materials. This is what is in that, man. This is going to be stocks like DuPont, things like that. Well, you see that coming underneath that 200, man, and it's coming right into where it been before. Stage 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's setting up. So I would go scan my portfolio. This is what I do on Sunday nights, and I say, look, man, look at all these stocks. Let me show you this, man. Let's see. Let me see if I wrote this down. You ever play Leaps? Straight line, baby. Straight line. No. It just doesn't interest me, man. I don't do anything for money. As much as you guys treat me like a prostitute, I don't do anything for money. I do it because I like to do it. And I don't like leaps. I don't really give a shit about options. I'll play some calls every once in a while. Sometimes I'll put on some puts. It just doesn't interest me. What interests me is trading, sector analysis, portfolio management, teaching, writing. whispering to young ladies in England. I'm teasing. Calm down. I love dividends, by the way. Oh, right here is what I was going to say. I don't know if you can see it. Let's blow this up a little. I was teasing. Below the 200 MA, notice this. I don't usually put this on my board, but notice it. Biotechs, insurance, shippers, copper. You guys know what copper is, right? Not the copper fit bracelet that Brett Favre is selling on TV either, man. That shit don't work, man. I tried it. Let's see. Copper. This is copper. Dr. Copper, they call it. The reason they call it Dr. Copper is Jamie will tell you, and I get my friends all the time. They're like, "Oh, I'm not into the stock market, Gerald. I only do real estate." Uh-huh. Well, the stock market's into you, sir. This is copper, and copper goes into home building, by the way. So there's a lot of stuff, if you understand real estate, that you know about the stock market. You're just, I don't know, for whatever reason, you don't want to apply it. I used to make fun of them. Then they started getting mad. Real estate people are very sensitive. Very, very sensitive. Because they're not used to the ups and downs like stock market. Stock market guys are fucking crazy. If you've been in the stock market for a while and you're day trading, swing trading, you're fucking you're in the wind, man. Fucking drunk, coked up at 2 o'clock, looking at charts and shit. That's not how real estate dudes do it. They don't do it like that. If you ever meet like some hardcore like people that are it's a different crowd than and I'm in both worlds. I like both of them. We the same, man. Get the fuck out of here. And you know, I've owned a portfolio of properties in real estate now about 20 years, and they're very different people. And I think because it just attracts a different mind. And you don't have to do stocks, even though I make fun of them. My buddy Robert Biggerstaff, I don't know, he's on 40, 45 doors now. And Alex, every goddamn time I turn around, you're asking for a ticker, man. It's $ copper. Keep the fuck up. It was right there on my board. If you go to page 35, fuck, man. Man, I'm going to call your house and see if I can make an appointment on Sunday night so I can come read this shit to you. Small caps, that'd be the IWC. I'm going to show you guys something else. A lot of you didn't even know about copper. If this is below the 200 day, that's not good for housing, by the way. Or, I mean, it is good for housing. You need this price to come down. Makes it a little cheaper. You could get crazy and dig into lumber and everything else. IWC. Let me show you this. This is a penny stock ETF. This is an ETF made up of penny stocks. Pennies. You can afford a penny. So penny stocks. This is what this ETF is. So if you go look at most penny stocks, I bet they look just like this. They're underneath the 200-day moving average. Somebody give me a random fucking penny stock. Let's see. What is one? I'm trying to think of one. Somebody else give it to me, man. I don't want to promote it. Were you buying stocks before real estate, or when did you get into trading? No, I had 5 houses before I really started fucking with houses or with stocks. Now, part of the reason is when I came to the stock market, it was kind of fucking hard. Not like you guys where it's easy as it can fucking be. Like you don't even, now they're like, I don't even want to push the button. Can AI do that for me too? I don't want to do anything. Let's see. So yeah, BGFE. Let's see, BGFE. Yeah, see? It's below the 200. So when I first started trading, it was like $30 fucking to execute on a trade. It was actually higher than that. I don't remember what it exactly was. So 30 to buy and 30 to sell. So yeah, if you don't make a lot of money, because I was mowing yards, that's how I got the money to buy real estate, mowing yards. So I would take the money from Bowen Yards and put it into a shoebox. Absolute truth. My wife worked full time. Make your women work. You should not have women that don't make money, guys. Don't date chicks that don't make money. That's crazy. I would never date a woman that made less money than me, period. That was my rule, man. When I got out of the army, if you didn't make more money than me, I can't date you. Sorry. You say, why? Because I'm trying to buy some shit and I ain't got no money. So if I got to take care of you and I ain't got no money, we definitely ain't getting nowhere. So I needed her to work, man. FOMO mixed with too good to be true mindset. I have no idea what you're babbling about. Sir, you haven't written a book. Stop giving advice to people. Nobody even has your book. Let's see. Yeah, so most of these penny stocks are going to be, let's look at one more. Fuel. That's kind of a tech stock, though. But it is a penny. Trying to help you guys out, man. Look, below the 200. So I don't know if you noticed that, but you can follow that index. If that index isn't going up, if the index ain't going up, your stocks, your penny stocks, pretty much are not going up. Man, I'm just dropping bombs today. Told you how they figure out interest rates. Now I'm telling you the secrets to penny stocks. So if you look on there, all of these energy, real estate, all the real estate stocks, a lot of stocks in real estate. Lot of stocks in real estate. Wealth Squad J. What's up, Jay? Jay's looking at his shoes. Who's giving advice, dumbass? Interesting. Now, we already talked about Zim and Discord, man. You want to talk about Zim? Come join me in Discord, man. God damn. Thought we were friends. TLT, XLU, all of these things, shippers, insurance companies, biotech, copper, which you notice copper and energy and a lot of these are commodity type things, right? Regional banks are still below the 200. So a lot of things in this market are trading below the 200, but some things are not. Some things are going up. Some things are going up. XL, let's see. What charts are you using, sir? What charts are you using? Alex. Alex from Target. COPPER. Copper. Continuous contract. Maybe I'm the one that's fucking stupid. Maybe that's not real and I'm just imagining it. So what platform are you using, Alex? Is it TradeView? I know a lot of you guys use TradeView. I use TradeView, Gerald. That makes me cool. And I use a black background. Why do you use white? MO. I don't know. Let's look at MO. Interesting stock, MO. I've owned it for like 9 years. And it's just, yeah, I wouldn't buy here though, bro. It's got to get above the 5-day. How do we find out about your Discord? It's not in your bio. Of course it's not. I don't even know you, bro. You think you're just going to click a fucking link and then join it and we're hanging out and we're friends? I don't even know you, bro. I got to look to see if you bought my book. If you ain't bought my book, we're not even having that conversation. I would wait. I mean, yeah, MO. It's not a bad, I mean, you can buy it anywhere, to be honest. Just like I've owned this stock forever. I would like to. Here's why I would say I would think or swim. All right, new drink. One part Alizé. I'm not even gonna. I'm not. I'm just gonna. I'm not even gonna make fun of you, sir. They have something for copper. That would imagine you just got to go into the commodity section, maybe. Do we really need to look at Nvidia, sir? Really? Have you not? Is 24-hour fucking coverage on TV is not enough for you? You need more. You can't possibly be wanting to buy it. That's not why you're looking. So I guess you're here to brag. He wants to brag to you guys about he bought Nvidia. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. This is the money flow pattern. I would like to see it get above the 5, and if it doesn't, I'd rather buy it lower. Does that make sense? Personally, I'd rather buy it lower. Let's see. Are we really going to talk about Nvidia? And man, use the ticker symbol, dude. I'm not your mama. I know what the stock is, okay? Ticker symbols. Act like you guys have traded before. I don't even know. What are we looking at here? Are you trying to buy it or sell it? I don't know. If I was in this, I would just leave it alone. Me. That's what I would do. But what do I know? Yeah, somebody got it. Thug Passion. I couldn't remember the rest. I just said it the other day, and a friend of mine was like, what? And I was like, you obviously don't understand good music, sir. Sometimes you got to check your friends, man. Ask them some shit about the stock market, and you'll know if they really know shit or not. Should fill the gap at some point. Do you believe that, sir? Now, he threw in some point, so we'll let that slide. I actually read a statistic the other day. If it doesn't fill it in the first 7 days, I don't know, some crazy ass statistic. I don't put a lot in that fill the gap stuff, but it happens. If it does, it does. I don't. Here's something else. I figured it out. Copper on Thinkorswim is HG. Okay, I don't know why that would be. Did you Google it, sir? Sherman Williams. Yeah, that looks really fucking boring. Personally, I'm not buying here. The only time I would get interested in a stock like this is below the 200. These are the kind of stocks that I like to catch down here. A Home Depot, a Johnson & Johnson, a Procter & Gamble. These big quality stocks like this, whenever you can get them way below that 200 is usually a good deal. Not always. Look at 3M. It's just not happening yet. I'm personally not trimming Sofi. I'm going to let it run for a minute. It might want to run. Let's see. CHW. See where Charles Schwab is. Now, most of these banking stocks, you guys are going to forget about them. They're going to wear out your patience, and you're going to move on. And then you're going to wake up one day, and these stocks are going to run and be back to here. That's usually what happens. These things take a while to play out. We'll see how it goes. I did sell some TQQ. I actually borrowed money to buy TQQ at $16 in my M1 finance account. I borrowed money against the TQQ in this area, and I bought money with the borrowed money against my portfolio to buy the TQQ. Now, I would never do that. Don't borrow money to buy a leveraged fund if you don't know what the fuck you're doing. When is CVS going to wake up? Hopefully not for a while. Hopefully not for a while. Good portion of my 401k, and it needs to change that. Let's see. Too soon on Target. I wouldn't be buying Target too soon. I'd wait for the stage one. This is an interesting setup here. This I trimmed some yesterday. Actually, yesterday. Took some of the position down um, to pay back the loan that I did. And I moved some of the profits that were left into TMF. And that was yesterday, though. So hopefully we're going to get a change. If you haven't noticed, bonds are moving up, gold's moving up. We're seeing a pullback and possibly setup in a lot of these defensive stocks. So I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. I don't think tonight's gonna be a good night, but I do think that we could see um, a rotation again in these. You're seeing it. Bonds are moving up, gold's moving up, AT&T's moving up, Verizon's moving up. You don't have to be a weatherman to walk outside and see it's fucking cloudy and you might need an umbrella. You don't need to go to fucking meteorologist school, do you? So if you start seeing a lot of commonalities, like a lot of dividend stocks are below the 200, a lot of stocks are below it, and the only stocks above it are tech stocks. So what you shouldn't be doing right now with your stupid options is chasing tech stocks, by the way. Okay? So if you're doing options, at least on the call side, not on the Condor Eagle side. If you guys are spread eagles with my man Ashton doing condors and other weird dumb shit. If you're doing that, then maybe because you're playing both sides. But look at this SQ, man. Why would you do that? It's in an uptrend, bro. He bought a badge. I can't even yell at him, man. God damn it. He bought a badge. I can't yell at him, but that's not money flow, man. It's not money flow. It's in an uptrend. We don't switch sides just because of the RSI. Okay? Don't be bisexual, bro. You can't do that. That's greedy. Bisexual is greedy, man. You got to pick a side, man. You can't be on both sides of this deal. Can't be out there kissing boys and girls, man. That's not even right, man. You got to pick a side, man. Some people are greedy. They want to be long and short. They want to make out with boys and girls. I mean, that ain't even fair, man. Like you can't do both, man. You can't be a cop and a bad guy. You know, you gotta pick a side. Like you gotta pick a side, man. I don't know, Professor. I'm in here. A bunch of your students are in here, and talking about kissing boys and girls. I don't even know what's going on, man. I'm trying to teach a class, and then it just shit got out of control, man. Next thing I know, a guy's short in technology, and he bought a badge, so I can't say anything to him. So, uh, uh, let's see. I'm teasing, man. Everybody calm down. But yeah, I did sell some. I'm still holding a lot, so it doesn't have to go down. That's the thing, guys. It doesn't have to go down. And it would need to turn into a stage 4 decline for me to, to even think about trying to short it, which would be right here, right? Which would be right there. Yeah, too soon on target. Had a good day trading today. Couple losing day trades that I just wasn't there to get in, so that kind of helped me out today. But yeah, and I'll show you some. A lot of times when we talk about trading, like day trading, so this is the TQQ on a 1 day, RSI 70. That's my rules. I start kind of taking it down a little bit, if we are in it. But this is the TQ on a 1 minute. On a 1 minute. On a one way. It's a long ways to the top if you want to rock and roll. There's your stage 3. Look at that. Hey, look at the RSI. It's on a 1 minute. It's on a 1 minute. and then look straight down. Boom. And look what happened. Now, I didn't take this because it's into the close. There's my anchor. I got 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bar. If it gets back above the 5, that would be my trade, man. And I would be in again. So, same thing over here. We got our stage 1 down here. It ran, and this one was the big one. This ran and ran and ran and ran and ran. So whenever I'm short-term trading like that, I'm not looking for, sometimes I hear people say I want to make $100 a day, or I'm looking, that's all nonsense. Just the fucking audacity that you're going to just pick a number. Oh, I'm going to make 100. Shut the fuck. You're not going to make shit. You don't get to decide that. That ain't up to you. Your job is to trade. The market's going to give you what it gives you. But that's an amateur fallacy that I hear a lot. People will, I just want to make. Nobody gives a shit what you want to make. That's not how the market works, man. You got to learn to trade, and then you can make that decision based on the size of your trades, right? So you don't need to worry about that. You need to worry about executing trades consistently, not how much it's going to pay you. Because the payment can be I don't want to say unlimited, but you can just add zeros, man. Just keep adding zeros. But man, look at this though. Gets a little hanky up in there, but look at that stage 2. Then we had this big 3. And we came down. Yeah, a little fake out here. This is what makes trading hard. A little fake out here, right? Get stopped out. That's all right. Take your little bumps. Getting back in. And then what? We're running it up. And look where it stopped. Previous high. Holy sheep shit. Looks just like that. Oh my God. Can I get the settings, Gerald? Just treat you like a cheap hooker. I don't even want to buy your book. I just want you to give it to me. Just come to my house and give it to me. Just give me the settings. That's all I want is the settings. I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to talk nice to you. I just want to take from you. Is that it, sir? Would you like the settings? Is there anything else I can get you? A soda or a beer while you're shitting on me? Is there anything else I can do for you? Is there anything else you would like? Maybe a free consult. We could look at your debt and we could go through it. And I could just do it because you asked me to. Because you just showed up and said it. Why put in any work? Why click a fucking link when you can just interrupt the class with it? Hey, class is about you. You wanted to know? Let's talk about it. It's all about you now. So what setting would you like, sir? They're free in the newsletter, page 11. Maybe you guys can get an AI program to go read it for you. Then you wouldn't even have to read it. You could just get a thing that clicks for you. Maybe you could get something that reads your phone for you, clicks for you, gets the settings, and then you don't even have to type them in. You could just think it, and they would just appear. That's another thing you could do. How much is your book, man? Don't even buy my book, man. I don't want anybody here to buy it. Don't fucking buy it. Now I'm pissed off. How much is it? Don't even worry about it. Keep doing the dumb shit you're doing. I'm sure it's working just fine. Do your thing. Don't worry about what I'm doing. Matter of fact, don't buy it. If you bought it, return it. Fuck. Let's see. I wish I could waste my time more. Here's the settings, sir. On page 10 of the newsletter. I know you'd have to take 2 thumbs, click over, go over here, click the thing, go down and click it. It's a lot to ask. 5-day exponential, 10, 20. Now, if you wanted to know why in the order they're in, that would be different. That's different AI app that'll read and teach you that part so you don't have to do it. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Should we add the soft? I don't even know what soft is, man. How much is the book? Now imagine, sir, you're on Bourbon Street and this hooker comes up to you. She's talking to Heath here. Now Heath will be like, oh, I don't talk to hookers. Well, you talk to me like one. So she'll be trying to woo you over, And then right in the middle of it, he'll be like, how much is it? She'll be like, what? How much is it? If I took you back to my room, how much? And that would even make her feel bad, sir. It makes her feel bad. She was trying to make it as natural and as easy as possible. And you had to ruin it with how much is it? And take all take all of the fun and the teaching and the class and all the fun part out of it and getting to know people, building relationships and helping them with stocks. Why go through all of that if you can just tell the guy, hey, fuck nuts, how much is it? So I can get this shit and get out of here. So I don't have to listen to you. Was that it? Why I don't want to go, just give me the, yeah. Sir, that is not how you pick up a hooker. You want to make her feel like she's not one. Okay? Tip, guys. Okay? Strippers don't want to be told they're strippers. They want to be told they're exotic dancers. And that they're people too. They don't want to hear your cheap, dirty talk. That's not what they want to hear. Same if, and that's basically the same as an influencer. We're like strippers and hookers. Except we, right? Yeah, Professor knows what I'm talking about. He's one too. Doing our little dance for people. Where'd he go? Did you leave, Professor? Where'd you go, man? I'm trying to break it down for him. Do a little dance. Some people say something nice. Some people will see, you guys ran him off, man. Some say something nice. Some of you guys will say something dirty. You're like, oh, I bought your book. I can say whatever I want to say. So that's it, man. I'm going to leave now. Everyone made me feel awful. Let's see. Yeah, lift looks good, huh? It's breaking out. Everything's good. Let's see. No, 65. We're good. That's it, man. That's it. Whatever you do, don't buy my book. I want you guys to keep trading shitty. Just keep being shitty at the stock market. That's what I want you to do. Don't. Matter of fact, I'm probably creating my own competition here. Just keep doing what your shitty thing you're doing now where you don't understand and you're just fucking randomly buying shit and listening to dumbasses on various... Just do that. Keep doing that. Keep just fucking it up. It's working good for you, obviously. Just keep doing that, man. Don't even let me teach a class anymore. Just come in and fuck it up. That's all you got to do. That's it. That's all we got to do. All right, Instagram. All right, YouTube. Now, I do get some people, sometimes they'll be like, oh, why do you do that? Because I find it funny. And after a while, you have to do something to keep yourself from going crazy because you get asked the same questions over and over. Now, truth is, they probably don't know just because they're new people, but that's okay. They'll remember now. Imagine if you were a kid eating ice cream and some guy walked up and just pushed it into your face. You'd probably remember that for the rest of your life. So if I can shock them or get someone else, that's what I always think, then they'll remember that. I actually get people tell me that when they meet. So lift looks good, a little bit of a follow through today. If it pulls back in here, I'd buy more. If it moves above this, me personally, I won't add because it's too far past the breakout, okay? It's too far past the breakout. I give it a 1 day, but then if it's just a little bit above, I'll do, if it was just but the further it gets from this green line, I don't want to do it because once you get up into this 1050 range, people are going to start selling it. These are just common, they're going to start selling it. They're going to sell it around 12. So I don't want to pay up in here for it. I'd rather catch these stage ones personally. That's what I'm looking at, man. Hey, I appreciate you guys. We'll let Warren.
Understand.
We'll get out of here.
I like the price at which it's selling. Then if I swing, if I hit it, fine. If I miss it, it's a strike. But it's an enormously advantageous game, and it's a terrible mistake to think you have to have an opinion on everything. You only have to have an opinion on a few things. In fact, I've told students if when they got out of school they got a punch card with 20 punches on it. That's all the investment decisions they got their entire life. They would get very rich because they would think very hard about each one. And you don't need 20 right decisions to get very rich. You know, 4 or 5 will probably do it over time. So I don't worry too much about the things I don't understand. If you understand some of these businesses that are coming along and can spot things on, if you can spot on Amazon, for example, I mean, it's a tremendous accomplishment what Jeff Bezos has done. And I tip my hat to him. He's a wonderful businessman. He's a good guy too. But could I have anticipated that he would be the success and 10 others wouldn't be? I'm not good enough to do that. But fortunately, I don't have to. You know, I don't have to form an opinion on Amazon. And I did form an opinion on the Bank of America. And I formed an opinion on Coca-Cola. I mean, Coca-Cola's been around since 1886. There's 1.8 billion 8-ounce servings of Coca-Cola products sold every year. Now, if you take 1 penny and get 1 penny extra, that's $18 million a day. And 18 million times 365 is 7 billion, 3 less 730 billion.
Hey, if you're still on here, that analogy he did is one of the ways that I look at Uber. What I'm more concerned with is how many people ride it each month. And if we can raise that $1, right now there was 108 million, I think, that rode it in 1 month. If pretty sure that number's right. You have to check me. If think about that, you raise that $1, that's $1 billion a year. Would people keep using Uber if it went up $1? I think so. That was the analogy. One of the things that Buffett did back in the day when he was looking at Coca-Cola. That concept changed the way that I see investing on a lot of things. If they have a subscription model or an addiction model like cigarettes, Coca-Cola, beer, they crank out something where people consistently do it as part of their life. If it went up a penny, if it went up a nickel per unit, would they stop doing it? If the answer is no, then they can perpetually keep doing this into the future and you'll continue to make money. It's why real estate works. It's why some of these dividend stocks work. It's pretty interesting concept.